Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice log. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's actually kind of early today. You guys will be proud of this. 7:55 a.m. As you may know, I teach lessons early in the morning on Friday, which is what today is. I teach between 10 and 1 a.m. PM, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, no, so I woke up early. I want to get some practice in today. I've been feeling really good with the sore Mozart variation, so I might want to practice that a bit. I had a new, feeling with at least the introduction yesterday, where everything just kind of made a little more sense. I just kind of noticed how all the little, rhythmic things, built on each other, and it just felt very, story-like. It felt unlike how I've played it before, which is cool. Yeah, this is gonna be, probably a short one. I'm just gonna answer some comment questions, and then we're gonna jump into the practice. That is how these practice logs go. So let's start with that. All right, how about this one? So this is on my Giacomo video where I said something to the tune of, if you need to look up tabs for a solo, you probably aren't ready to learn it yet. I don't know. How do we feel about that? That's a tough reality for a lot of you, I know. That's a tough reality for classical musicians too, because we always try to learn stuff that's way too hard for us. It becomes this battle of just learning how to put your fingers in the right place at the right time versus understanding the music that you're actually learning. But you said, in quotes here, if you need to look up tablature, you probably aren't good enough to play it yet. Dude, you're the most full of poop guitar YouTuber I've seen. Yeah, that's right, I am. Yeah, okay, I'll just go ahead and tell my nephew you should have sounded out the Beat It solo by ear. That'll get him on your level. Great advice, Cameron. Rolling eyes emoji. Do I think your nephew should have sounded out the solo Beat It? No. I don't think you should have done that. He probably, I don't know how good your nephew is. I know that, nephews tend to not be that great. Just because, they're usually kids, depending on how old we are. It's cool that he was into the Beat It solo enough to want to learn it. Was he ready to learn the solo? I don't know, maybe. Could he go through the entire Beat It solo and tell you what's happening, what scale is being used here, and let me hear the Beat It solo. I just typed in Beat It solo in Spotify, I'm an idiot. I can see why he might have needed tabs to play that. I think if this is your first encounter of hearing stuff like this, there's a lot of interesting things going on. Because first off, we have an unusual fingering that it sounds like he's tapping in there, which I think trying to figure out by ear might pose a challenge. I will actually concede a little bit here. I feel like the solo to Beat It, just from what I've heard, I only listened to the first 10 seconds of it or so, it is so specifically fingered due to the tapping and stuff that even if I wanted to learn this solo, I would want to find a trusted fingering, or at the very least I would do some research to see how Eddie Van Halen's playing it first, because it's a little hard to hear what's a tap and what's a picked note, and I would bet you there's an idiomatic way to play everything that he's playing, at least to some degree. It's not crazy weird. It's not Robert Fripp. I don't know. I view that as the equivalent of just following somebody else's fingerings, though, in an edition of music that you're working on. That's less about the musical aspect of everything. I think it's good to also figure out your own fingerings, too, but that doesn't take away from the music if you use somebody else's fingerings that work. The main thing I'm trying to drive home is that if you listen to a solo and you have no idea what's going on, and even if you did slow it down to 15% or so and, find the downbeat, start putting it into MuseScore, if that is just something that is never ever gonna happen, that's probably not the solo that you should be learning right now. And you should understand that if you are learning the solo, you're kind of just learning coordinates of notes and when to play them at the right time, if you don't really get what's going on. If you can hear that and understand that you're just doing a big crazy E flat minor tapping run, then fine, then you learn the tapping run and you kind of know to categorize it as that. I don't know your nephew. He could be playing that solo amazingly well and he's Instagram famous or something. But the question is does he know really what he's doing? And of course there's something to this as well. I didn't start knowing everything that I was doing. I started by learning solos that were way too hard, and eventually I developed the technique to be able to play them convincingly. And then after that, kind of once I became an adult, that's when I really started working on my musicianship and learning what it means to play these notes. And now when I look back on solos that I played, they're so obvious to me, but I feel like they took so much brain power for me to memorize. And I just feel that would be so easy to play now. So easy to remember, at least. And I do think that I could have started with that stuff much earlier. Alright, one more by Idiot Blaster. I hope you don't blast me. Friend of the channel, you said, great video, I love the channel and your playing. You're too kind. But yeah, the whole don't learn from tab comment you made, I 100% disagree with. I personally know some amazing players that turned out to be great songwriters, improvisers, etc., that still learn off of tab to this day to learn stuff quickly. Well, that's the difference right there. Yeah, transcribing stuff takes time. Sometimes you're forced to transcribe stuff if there aren't high quality tabs already available, and it's a skill that you just want to have. If there was a classical piece that I really wanted to learn that wasn't popular and I couldn't find sheet music for it and there was just one obscure recording, it's nice to be able to just transcribe it myself if I want to learn it that bad. I can still learn from tab. I still learn things from tab occasionally, but it's just that. It's just like a shortcut. Just somebody else did the work for me. And that's why you buy these tabs that people make, because you don't want to do the work yourself. You want them to do it. But there's a difference between me looking at a tab for the beat it solo versus someone's nephew doing it. And again, too, like, I'm talking about the importance of transcription and stuff. I haven't transcribed anything in like years, I don't think. Or at least if I have, I've done it in like very small ways. But a lot of the stuff I'm saying, it's just kind of memories from jazz classes and stuff. Like, don't take any advice about rock or jazz from me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Classical's the main thing here, as you know, and that's what I'm going to get to practicing right now. I think we can wrap this one up here. I don't know. What do you think? You can post in the comments about that. Have a little discussion with me. I'm going to get to practicing, so I'll see you on the other side.
And I hate wasting the day away and not getting to go to my early morning spin class. Come on, man, step out of it. There's still so much we need to do. As long as
Okay, you know what? It hasn't been that long, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the entire Soar Mozart variations for you, and then I'm going to wrap it up there and get ready to start teaching. And then the next practice log, this is what I'm doing. This is happening. I'm going to start off by reacting to this performance of it, and every issue in it will be the focus of the next practice session. The next one that I record anyways. Because I just played through it, and it felt pretty good. It felt more consistent than usual. I'm going to tune up and then get to it. bag or something. My hair keeps getting stuck on the fretboard. Yeah, my nails are a bit long. Like, there's a little uncomfortableness with that. But I think that was like, I don't know, a somewhat solid take. I felt okay about that. I felt good playing it, at least. I don't know how it came out, really. But I'm going to watch that in a few days, and I'm going to react to it live, and we're going to pick it apart and pick all the places that I don't like all the places that technically aren't coming out, all the places that aren't musically coming out, and that'll be fun. Yeah, so that's this one. I think we can go ahead and wrap it up here. Of course, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Hey, want some guitar lessons? I'm fully booked right now, but you can still send me an email and I'll put you on the waiting list. State your case. I'm teaching classical guitar lessons. And of course, if you want some merch, head on down over to Ruben's Life for some honest merch. I have a Patreon too if you want to support me there. Let me know if you want to do some stuff on Patreon. I'm open to like monthly meetings, maybe master classes. That could be fun. What else we got? I think that pretty much covers it. So, I'll see you in the next one.